Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts.
Colts set to kick off.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether they're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars.
Makes the score Jaguars 7, Colts nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Bulls. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
To throw on 2nd down, McDonald. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's McDonald. Will get this into the hands of Huntley. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Out of the gun, McDonald. Left side, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there was a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down. They'll try the left side. Bulls. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
18-yard line.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. From the gun, McDonald. That's complete. It's Jason Huntley. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jason Huntley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
There to stop him was Carlton Davis.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And they'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
At the 40-yard line.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. These two teams all tied after one.
Of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
On 4th down, Trevor Daniel on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on a 25. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And a Jaguar first down.
They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. Throw here out of the gun. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get that to Edwards-Helaire out of the backfield. And now it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Back at about the 43-yard line. Miles Jack working free that time to take him down.
Third and long.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So a little breathing room now. First and 10 at the 17. It across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards there, just like last play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. McDonald, he's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Operating from the gun. McDonald firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, McDonald. And they'll let one go deep for Howard. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
The play fake. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. This is caught inside the 15. Good job. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Lane opens here. He's past the 30. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Third down, McDonald. Incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is fielded at the 27. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Gun. They'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now Edwards-Helaire. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage.
Second down.
Nice linebacker play.
28-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up fourth.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And the decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. McDonald going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's McDonald to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back at the 28-yard line.
they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jayon Brown in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
He'll look to throw, and this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more.
21, Colts 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, McDonald. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And man open down the middle of the field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get into the end zone. A touchdown to touchdown now on the year. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Robbie Gold set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gold now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensive rush coming, and he's taken down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. They bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Robbie Gold.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Ties the game at 21 apiece. Robbie Gold set to kick off.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Time to the tailback. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
Brings up 4th down.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. And his kick is indeed good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
It's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, McDonald. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it up. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
And goal to go at the 4-yard line.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And they'll indeed take a knee. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. They did in this one. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Jaguars, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.